when the match started, in the first 10 minutes here about, looking at the match from my own observation, I see that Inter Milan cannot, win the match. When you observe the first half, that between that first 10 minutes, Paris was, pushing forward, possessing the ball. They are playing very well. While Inter Milan was just chasing shadows, you understand? And looking at the way, Inter Milan approach, that first 10 minutes, it's obvious that, you know, I'm very confused that, it will be very difficult for them to win, the match. And when they got the first goal, I was not seeing Inter Milan, coming back, strongly to even, to see how they can equalize, that first half. By the time we know it, the second goal came in, you understand? And when we are even looking at Inter Milan maybe can come back strongly second half, the second half they still conceive more goals. So if you look at the whole match, number one, the plan of, the Inter Milan coach, his plan was not okay. Looking at the information, 3-5-2. I was looking at him to push more men up front, and put more men in the midfield. Then maybe keep just three defense. That was what we observed. To me, even that guy called Pavard. Pavard was supposed to start that match, but I was surprised to see Pavard in the match. You understand? So the information was one of the problem, and secondly, they didn't play well. No marking, shadow marking. PSG was, just everywhere in the field, and that caused them more problem and give more, chance for PSG to score 5 goals for the 9. That's what I observed, throughout the whole 90 minutes. It was too bad. We didn't see it coming. Most of us that we are looking at that, it's going to be a very, interesting match. Looking at, from the quarter-final to semi-final, how they played. Yes, they did very well, even in Bayern Munich. But looking at today's match, my brother, it was something else. Most of us as ball lovers, we didn't see it coming. I'm a footballer. I played ball. Even I don't get to that, senior level. Don't have, But looking at the match today, I was expecting that we're going to see a very good match, a very fine match. It's going to be, match that so many of us as fans will always remember. But my brother, we cannot remember that kind of match. When I go back, some years looking at Manchester United and Bayern Munich, the final that day, it was just 3 minutes to go. Man U came back, and if you look at from the start to the end, the both sides played very well. It was very interesting. Even Man United and Chelsea, that final was very hot. You can see the both sides, but this was just one-sided football. It was too bad. Inter Milan need to go back to the drawing board, see how they can come back, maybe by next season, and see how they can play well, and maybe they can still win the Champions League.
So is this the worst Champions League final you have ever watched?
Recently is the worst. Recently, Inter Milan, Man City, it was not like this. Man City played very well.
It was 1-0.
Yes, 1-0. Real Madrid, Liverpool. It was very interesting. Even last Champions League, when Inter Milan played against what's the name, Dortmund. I think that match ended 2-0 or so. It was very interesting. You can see Dortmund came out and played good football, possess the ball, make good attempts, and some of us give the match to Dortmund. But surprisingly, second half, Madrid came out, because they know how to win Champions League, they are the king of, Champions League. So they came out strongly and they won the match, I think 2-0 or so, if I'm not mistaken. So, but today, what we are seeing today, it was too embarrassing. Too embarrassing to the football lovers. That's what I, observed to the match.